Hey, this is Bob from Dogwatch Cigar Radio.
And this is Dale, and you're watching a video review on StogieReview.com.
Excellent.
That one sounded okay.
Hello and welcome to another installment of the Stogie Review video review. And first and foremost, I have to apologize. The review I'm supposed to be doing today is a Cusano Corojo 1997. It was a request I got a few weeks back, and I've had one or two. I think I had two, and I was supposed to do the video review early and mid-February, but just had a rough day, stressful week. So I decided to skip the Corojo and get the cigar that I've really been just dying to do the video review on. So I'm gonna go back and do the Cusano Corojo review next week. So with that in mind, the cigar I've got today gets me excited just looking at it. Is the Don Pepin Garcia Black Label, the Cuban Classic. Now, I've had two of these so far, and well, you'll just, I don't want to ruin the review for you, so I can't wait to light it up. Some details about the cigar. I didn't have a whole lot, just that they were introduced for distribution in the United States in late 2006. They're made at Tabacalera Cubana in Esteli, Nicaragua. This particular size is actually, it's kind of small. It's what is called a 1952, and if you notice the Cuban Classic band on there, so they're sticking with classic Cuban bands or classic Cuban sizes. And this one is called a Perla. It's a 40 by 4.25. So 40 by 4 1/4. The one I had prior to this was really interesting. Was a 1977, and it was a Petite Lancero. That was a 38 ring gauge by 5.5 inches, and that was probably the smallest ring gauge cigar I've smoked in quite a while. That was really interesting. It was different, and yeah, I really enjoyed it. So on to the new size. I've actually got some more. They're a little bigger than this. I don't remember the size name, but they're a Robusto. And the thing about Don Pepin Garcia is that he's really into the whole classic Cuban way of doing things, and these cigars, all the Don Pepin Garcia cigars have a triple cap, and he stays with that whole Cuban-esque kind of mentality, or the way he does things in regards to his cigars and blending tobacco. And I've been on kind of a Pepin kick lately. I've smoked quite a bit of his stuff, and it's all very good. I've got quite a bit lined up. It's going to be like the Camacho thing I did, where it's just back-to-back Pepin reviews. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and move right along. And I've been punching a lot, but instead I'm going to use my polio cutter to clip the cap. And as you can see, just kind of nick the end and move on. Thought I had a crack in the wrapper. It was actually a little bit of a vein. Scared me for a second there. Oh, yeah, kind of go over the wrapper characteristics. The feel, it's kind of soft. It's not real spongy, but it still feels a little soft. It's got a nice kind of a reddish hue to it. Nice little oily specks on the wrapper. It just looks really good, and the bands look good also. Got a nice loose draw. Oh no, that wasn't a vein. Actually, it was a crack. Just gonna have to live with it. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and start torching. And this is just a Blazer torch insert that I got from my Zippo. I'm gonna show you that. Just a simple insert. It cost me like $10, and you just put it in a Zippo casing, and it makes your soft flame Zippo into a butane torch. And the whole reason I got this is just because it fits easier. It fits in my pocket better than the PB207. That's kind of a hassle to carry around. It's got a rounded bottom, so it sits inside of a rubber base, and it's just, you know, the rubber base is just too much to carry around in your pocket, and I can't kind of sit the lighter up when I pull it out of my pocket. I gotta just lay it on the side, and then there's something about it I don't like. So when I'm at home, when I go out, I carry this around. I just happen to have it in front of me, so we're going to use this one. See, I got that toasted. Trying to keep the flame, far enough away not to scorch the wrapper, but enough to get things burning. See that little bit of a crack right there. It's kind of actually, it's not a crack. It looks like a long spot on the cap. Live and learn, I guess. And that's going to bother me. I don't want to pop it off because I'm afraid the cigar will start unraveling, but I know it's going to get stuck to my lip. Just live with it. Lots of smoke, easy draw. It's kind of it's pretty full. It's got a fairly heavy spice to it, and it's just smooth so far. But then again, we're just getting into things, so I'm going to kick back. Drink some water. I'm pairing this up with water, by the way. So I'm just going to kick back, have a little water, smoke some of my cigar, get into this a little bit, see if maybe I can do something about that lifting of the cap. So anyway, I'll see you back in a few minutes. And here we are again. As you can see, I'm working my way into the first third. And it's got a nice strong ash, light colored, nice even burn. It's got a dark, thin burn line. It's real nice. That cap that was lifting, I just couldn't take it. It kept getting stuck on my lip, so I ended up popping it off. And when I did that, it looked like things were going to start to unravel, but I just kind of tore it, and everything seems to be okay. It's not affecting the way it smokes or anything. It still, kind of knocks a few points off the whole appearance thing, just because, or not so much the appearance, but the construction, because it's just never good to have a cap pop off. But this is the first one of Pepin cigars that I've ever had a problem with, so I'm just going to chalk it up as a fluke. My ash just dropped off. Because this is such a small cigar, I'm looking at a 40 ring gauge. You've got to really take your time, take real gentle puffs. You still get lots of smoke even with a gentle puff, and just kind of stagger it a little bit. Instead of if you're the type of person that puffs every minute, just kind of go a minute and a half, maybe 2 minutes. You don't have to worry about the cigar going out. It's constructed very well in that sense. It's got a nice room aroma. The body is about medium, maybe medium to full. That's the spice I mentioned before has died down. It's a really clean and crisp finish, but it's nice and long. It's really dragged out. It lasts, a few minutes after you puff on the cigar, you can still taste it, and you will taste it for a minute or two, and that's real nice. And so far I'm just really happy with it, with the exception of the cap, of course. That still kind of irks me a little bit. As far as flavors, it's got a cedar flavor to it. That's pretty dominant, I guess. and it's got a hay-like flavor. If you've ever, worked with a hay bale or something like that, that smell of hay, it's sort of got a little bit of that taste. How to explain that? Well, when I was younger, I belonged to an archery club, and on the outdoor classes, all of the targets were hay or straw. I don't know the difference between the two. In my mind, they're one and the same. I'm sure they are not, but I'm pretty sure it was hay. Yeah, hay. And we used to have to go out and repair these hay bales every so often, just getting shot up with arrows. And when you pull the rubber roof off the target and you pop that first bale off, that you got a real strong hay smell. And that's sort of what this tastes like a little bit. Oh, and I know I'm going to get flack for this one, but it's the first non-Cuban cigar that has that sort of Cuban-esque flavor to it. And don't take that the wrong way. Habano taste only comes from a Habano. And this, it's got, like I said, it's got like a Cuban-esque sort of flavor. It's not, wow, this is a Cuban cigar, or this is a substitute for a Cuban cigar. It's got like a mild flavor that's sort of Cuban. And it's more so than all the other cigars I've smoked that claim to have that Cuban-style flavor. And I think it's nice that he has that in this cigar without overhyping it. And the Cuban Classic band is not meant to be, we're using the Cuban hype kind of thing. It's I guess sort of like a dedication to the old Cuban style with the sizes and stuff, because that's what the Cuban Classic is based around, not off that Habano flavor. So, with all that said, I'm really enjoying it. So, I'm just going to kick back, have a good time, cut the camera off, smoke a little bit further, and be back in a few minutes. Not sure how many more segments we're going to do, because this is another tape that was partial, so got to kind of keep things quick and easy. So, like I said, I'll be back in a few minutes. And here we are again. Starting to get a little short. I had to pull off the Cuban Classic band. Down, almost burning the second band. I mentioned in the last clip that I had some time constraints, and I turned the camera off, and I was sitting back thinking, someone's going to be watching this video, and they're going to be thinking they got ripped off. I only reviewed half a cigar, and then I remembered that I had some more DV cassettes. I got as a stocking stuffer for Christmas, so I ran, found them, and popped a new tape in. So you'll just have to deal with me for another, maybe 5-10 minutes. So we're going to run over 20 minutes again. That's all right. But anyway, back to the cigar. I never mentioned what the price point are on these, and I don't know what the price point was on this particular cigar. This was a gift, and the one previous to this was also a gift. I was down my local shop today, and I just happened to walk into the humidor. I went down there to pick up one or two more 601s. I think they're made by EO brands, or they're also a Pepin blend. Just because I was tight for cash last time I was down there, I only picked up one. So I made it a point to go down there today and get some more so that I could do a proper review. I didn't want to base it off of one cigar. It's that's always a bad idea. But anyway, just as I turned to walk out of the humidor, a black band caught my eye, and I was like, ooh, I go scurrying over there to see that Jeff got some boxes of the Pepin black labels in, and I was really excited because he was only carrying the blue labels before. I guess enough people had asked him about the black labels that he bought a few boxes, and he even had the Series JJ in, but I was kind of strapped for cash after I grabbed a handful of cigars. I didn't want to have to break out the Visa card. It's never a good thing. But I got the Robusto size. I think they were between $5.50 and $6. They're a little bit more than I care to spend on any particular cigar when I go down there. I like For some reason, $3.50 is perfect price for me. I don't mind spending $3.54 on a cigar when I go down there to buy a single. But you know, when you start getting over that, it's just tough for me to do. At that point, I'd rather buy a few and save a little bit of money. But these are a really good cigar, and a lot of the big, I can't get this band off. A lot of the big cigar companies that I buy from, like Cigars International, JR Cigars, they don't carry 5-packs of the black labels. And when I do find the 5-packs of the black labels, they seem high. It's almost like I can get them cheaper just by running down to a local shop. And now that I know I can, I'm going to be doing that more often. For $6, I think it's a fantastic cigar. So that's enough of that. And like I mentioned, as I kept looking away from the camera as I was talking, I cannot get this band off. This embossed band is just really tough to get off, and I don't want to slide it because I'm already getting under the wrapper a little bit, and I don't want to tear it, so I'm just going to deal with it for the moment. Flavor profile is pretty much the same. The spice is picking up again. It still has that Cuban-esque flavor, and it's getting sort of a nutty tone. The finish is still really crisp and clean, and it's getting a little bit longer. So, for instance, if you take a puff now and you set the cigar down, you'll probably have like that intense, just like you puffed it now, feeling, you know, 4 to 5 minutes from now, and then it'll start to fade. So, you know, it's really long, drawn out finish, and it's, you know, it's nice, especially for this cigar. I really like it. So, anyway, I'm gonna fight with this band some more off camera, so I don't eat up any more of your time, and we'll be back to wrap things up. Hey, here we are again. Almost forgot that I had to wrap this up. I was just kicking back with my feet up, and realized that I'm getting really short. But anyway, to wrap things up, it's got how to put this. The base flavor, or not how to put it. Which direction do I want to go? The base flavor is it's got sort of a cedar flavor. It's a woody base with salty undertones. It's enough to make you start to salivate, and that finish is still real long. There's still some spice there that just kind of hits you at the end. It's a very complex and also consistent cigar. You know, it's not massive swings in the flavor profile. It's pretty, you know, it's relatively straight, and then it gives you little nuances here and there that make for, you know, a spectacular cigar, all while giving you a consistent, enjoyable flavor. And I popped the band off. It was actually pretty easy. I couldn't peel it, and I didn't want to slide it backwards, so if that ever happens, just slide it over the head of the cigar. Just make sure you let the cigar cool a little bit, otherwise you'll burn the band when you slip it over the burnt foot of the cigar. Well, that's about it, really. There's not a whole lot to say. Definitely pick up one of these if you happen to see one at your local cigar shop. I think they're a fantastic cigar. I really like them, and I just can't talk them up enough. This one, you know, the construction was kind of shoddy. Wasn't real happy about that, but you know, all the other Pepin cigars I've had have been fantastic. So, fantastic construction-wise. So, you know, I think I just one that may have traveled a little too much. It may have taken a little bit of abuse in the humidor, because these don't come with cellophane on them. They're naked cigars, with the exception of, you know, they have the twin bands. So, you know, they can get roughed up kind of easy. And these were, like I said, these were a gift, so they were shipped to me. So that, you know, the postal carrier might have been banging them around a little bit. You never know when you ship something like that. So it's possible it took a little bit of abuse, and I'm getting it. It's coming out now. So definitely not the end of the world. So happy with it. Can't say that enough. Before I get out of here, to touch on cigars that I had recently. Well, there's this one, of course. Earlier this morning, I had a Padilla Hybrid. During the week, I had a another TNT alternative to the Padron Anniversary series. Oh, you know how hard this is? I should really write these down. I think I had, I did have a Pepin Blue Label, and another one. I've been smoking quite a bit of them. And I think that about wraps it up. Oh, I had a Maria Mancini also, Maduro. So, not a really busy cigar week, just kind of stressful week. We had some nasty weather here, and our Department of Transportation, PennDOT, didn't do such a hot job, so it was a hassle getting back and forth to work most of the week. So that really made things difficult, especially when you're under deadlines and it takes you an hour to get to work when it usually takes you 20 minutes. So it's kind of tough. And also, before I get out of here, don't forget about the contest. Get your entries in. All you have to do is use the contact form, submit a question. You're automatically entered to win a box of Tatawahe cigars. The P1s, I think they're Series Ps. Jerry's got the box sitting at his place, so definitely don't forget to do that if you haven't already. We've gotten lots of questions and suggestions, and this is going to wrap up to be a fun little contest, and that should be announced Sunday when we record episode 101 of the Dog Watch Social Club. Ooh. Wow, I keep thinking, no, I'm going to wrap this up, and then I got more and more to talk about. So I'll try to get through this real quick. Also, I just got the word from Jerry about an hour or two ago. If you look at the website, the top right-hand corner of our link panel, you'll see a subscribe button. We're now listed on iTunes. We covered that question last week in the Q&A segment. Someone asked about getting the video reviews on their iPod. So if you click on that subscribe button, it'll take you through iTunes, and you can add us to the list of viewer downloads, which most likely include the Stogie Fresh 5 and Dog Watch Social Club. And if not, you should definitely check them out. And finally, if you want to smoke the cigar that I'm smoking with me while you're watching the review, next week should be the Cusano Corojo 97. Again, I apologize I didn't smoke that tonight. I was just really looking forward to this one. After that should be the Don Pepin Blue Label. The following week should be the 601 Connecticut. I think that's by EO Brands. And finally, anything after that is tentative. I know I'm looking at doing the TNT alternatives to the Padron Anniversary. I also have a Padilla Hybrid review to do, but now we're getting kind of far out in the future, and they might get shuffled around. Well, that's about all, and I mean it this time, so I'm going to let you go. Thanks a lot for watching. Always appreciate it. So, talk to you next week.